I'm going to actually talk to you about HSV. And I want to give you an education portion of HSV. But before we start, I want you to know that this is for educational purposes only. Okay? Educational purposes only. I want to educate you and kind of break down on how essential oils work and how you can use this towards HSV. A lot of people have a misconception. Okay, I'm in the process of putting my own HSV, not that HSV, an essential oil book together, and I'll be listing things that will assist and aid when people go through things. It's going to take me a few months to put it together, but for now, I always give information out so you can put your own apothecary together if you choose. Okay, so but for information, I'm not a doctor yet, and this is not medical advice. And make sure that you seek consult with a professional if you decide to think this is going to do more than what you think it would do. Okay, I'm just educating you on essential oils, and I'm going to share with you the power of essential oils. I'm going to share with you a holistic way on how you can use essential oils when you're dealing with HSV1 or HSV2. Okay, this can assist, this can help. And by you being educated and understanding what essential oils can help you with, then you can make a sound decision on what you should and should not do. Okay, so let's get right into it. First, let me actually pull up my information for you so I can actually break this down to you on, I had to go over here to ChatGPT because I wanted ChatGPT to give some sound, solid information on how you can, fight back when you're dealing with something like this. Okay. A lot of people make mistakes and they're confused and they don't know. So let me actually read this for you. Okay. Now, first you need to know this. Okay. My style. When we're talking about a tincture, we're going to be talking about a glass bottle, amber bottle, 2-ounce bottle. But I want you to show some things right here. Oregano oil is what we're going to be covering. It's very powerful. It says right here, one of the most powerful natural antiviral on the earth. Okay. Melissa oil, golden standard for HSV. Studies confirm it inhibits viral replication, so it won't be coming back, and shortens the outbreak's durations. Okay. Peppermint oil, antiviral plus cooling, helps relieve pain, itching, and inflammation. Okay, you need to know these things. Peach tree, antiviral, antifungal, and antibacterial, great for drying and up active sores. Okay. Number 5, thyme oil. Ooh, okay, potent antiviral plus immune stimulation, disrupts viral envelope proteins. Okay. Frankincense oil, cellular healer. All right, supports skin repair, scar prevention, and immune modulations. Okay. Cinnamon has a fire next to this bad boy. Serious, extremely strong antiviral, fights even we gonna leave that word out, resistant strains, because YouTube don't like when you're using certain words. Okay, and bonus, glucose iodine. All right, broad spectrum antihistamines topically, and we ain't gonna use that word neither because they don't like us using certain words, and bacterial fungal, and it fights with it. Okay, so let's get back to this here. Now let's get into the ones that I spoke of. All right, because I don't want to keep you long, and I don't want to have you feeling like you're bored and whatnot. I want you to get this information for yourself. All right, got this over here. All right, there we go. Now, this one right here, we could have had it in order, but when you're dealing with herpes, okay, the studies has already proven that where it comes from. So let me educate you on where herpes 1 comes from. Herpes 1, HSV 1, comes from infected saliva. Okay, that means when you have poor hygiene okay, and you're not taking care of your mouth, okay, and you could come down with or you have some type of infection there, and they call them canker sores, or you get yourself a bump on your tongue. You can have an infection, and then you have now infected saliva. All right. So now that when you're the saliva inside underneath your gums, underneath your tongue, on the side of your tongue, because you might not be taking care of your mouth like you should, or someone else you might have been swapping saliva with was not. If you have infected saliva, it can transform to you. Okay? That's the HSV1. HSV2 is when you have an infected sore or mucous membranes. Okay? So if you have yourself an infected sore, same thing with mucous membranes affected into your mouth as well with HSV1. HSV2, same thing. If you have an infected area or open sore somewhere in that area, in your genital area, you can pass it to your partner. Okay, it's the same thing as like a cold. That's what they kind of mention when they say that you have a cold sore. Okay, but the difference is when you go see and go get checked out, you can actually, get it in your file as like something forever that's supposed to stay with you forever. But when you actually look at it from a bigger angle of everything, it's really common. Okay, this is common. This happens common to a lot of individuals. Sometimes you kind of like miss and things don't happen, or you might have ate the wrong thing and you didn't brush your teeth that night, or you didn't take no scope, or you didn't make sure you gargle, and you had, you just slept in, or you drunk too much, whatever the case may be, and you had yourself a cold sore inside your mouth or a canker sore. Now you swapping saliva with somebody, or you actually have yourself a sore down at the bottom from eating the wrong things. Okay, and if you know anything about food, pretty much everything is no good. Okay, you have to be careful if you're not eating natural holistic food. Okay, making sure you're not eating a lot of carbs that will actually harm your body. Okay, there's a lot of different types of meat, there's different types of dairy, and there's different types of carbs, different types. Okay, even fruits and vegetables. You have to know. But if you just so happen to something that happened to you, I don't want you to think that it's something damaging and devastating for the rest of your life. It's not. It is when they put it on your jacket and they feel like you can't get rid of it, but it comes and goes. Okay, especially when you're eating the wrong things, you can have yourself an outbreak, eating or drinking the wrong things. So what can help you? Okay, could help you. I want to educate you on some things that has been put data out there showing that things that could assist with situations like this. Now, frankincense already told this one's a beast. Okay, so you don't want to use this one first. What you want to use first is something like this right here, a beast right here. This is one that I carry. This is actually wild oregano. Okay, this one right here has cilantro, it has hyssop, and it has a lot of that actual 90% cobalt oregano oil in it, mixed with olive oil. Okay, this one's a beast. This one right here is already pre-mixed, but if you're going to use it by yourself, I'm going to show you in a minute, educational wise, what I would do if I wanted to make my own. But this one right here is already, you don't want to use an essential oil, olive oil straight. Oregano oil straight. You don't want to do that. It is fiery. It is strong. Your skin is very sensitive. It must be heavily diluted. All right. Now we have over here, this bonus one over here is actually glucose iodine. I'm not going to go into details with that. I'll just let you know it's a beast. Okay. It's a beast. All right. Now, Melissa, this right here I already shared with you. Go over it again. Watch the beginning when I read the details, what it do. It actually stopped it from replicating. Okay, it helped it stop from replicating. Okay, all right. Now you have right here, you have peppermint. This one right here is known to cool that area off, stop the itchy, and the flare-ups and just giving you that itchy feeling, you can actually use this bad boy for mosquito bites. People just don't even know that. It's the beast right here, okay? Now you got here, right here, thyme oil. Thyme actually goes in and actually takes care of the situation. So does oregano oil. They will take care of the situation. The same thing with cinnamon. They will go in and knock that area out, and pretty much, if you use the application 2 or 3 times a day, you know, you could get away with solidly twice a day. It will, cinnamon and thyme and oregano, they are beasts to, you know, yeah, all right. And then you have this right here. It's this frankincense. When now all said and done, and you're dealing with something that's just like a remnants of a scab or a scar or a lump, this one right here will bring it down within about 3. As studies have shown, frankincense will actually take scars and bumps down within a few days to a few weeks, few months. Okay, just wanted to educate you on these things right here and what they can do. All right, because I have to be careful what I say. I'm pretty much a big thing when it comes to these YouTube streets and health streets out here. All right, this right here is an actual spray bottle. All right, yeah, you can get these on Amazon all day long. All right, 2-ounce amber bottle. This is actually a 2-ounce tincture bottle. Okay, they sell these all day long for like $1. Okay, you can get them in a pack, 6 of them, whatever. I suggest you have these on deck if you plan on doing anything down the line. But how you would mix these if you decided to make one? Okay, if you use olive oil or you use coconut oil, you know, this is an MCT. It's more thinned out. If you want something for a spray bottle, you're gonna want to use MCT oil, not just straight coconut oil. Coconut oil, as we know, is very thick, you know, right here, solid. You can't really put that in one of these bottles right here. All right, so get some MCT oil. Very good. All right, and you can just use it for either one of these, oil or spray, because it's thin enough. Or you can use jojoba oil. Okay, so with the tinctures, I would use olive oil or jojoba oil. All right, now for the spray, I would use the MCT oil for spray, but you also use MCT in this one as well without oil. It's just going to be really thin and drippy like. Okay, so for ones that are real hot, like cinnamon and this thyme right here, and this, and then oregano. This was already a pre-made blend that we have in Foresight's Life, but oregano oil, those are hot if you purchase them on your own, where you want to get them at Amazon. You want to make sure you do, because the rule of thumb, for every ounce, you can use up to 15 ounces. Let me say it one more time. For every 1 ounce, this is 2 ounces. For every 1 ounce bottles, you can use up to 15 drops of essential oil. Okay? So, meaning, I'm going to probably put that down there below so you guys won't get confused. Meaning, when you're using something hot like cinnamon or oregano or thyme, you don't want to go in with dropping, no, this is 2 ounces. You don't want to be dropping in 30 drops in this one because it's a hot one. I would half it. So since this one is a heated one, and this is heated, and oregano is heated, and clove is heated, you want to use something like 7 to 8 drops and a 1 ounce carrier of oil. So you can double that. Since this is a 2 ounce bottle, you can use 14 to 15 drops in one that's hot like this. But something like peppermint, what is it called? Another one like Melissa, definitely tea tree. You can use up to the whole 13 to 15 drops for every 1 ounce carrier oil that's diluted. Okay, that's how you dilute these. You don't want to use them straight when you're using them in the sensitive areas. Now, me, myself, I've done this many times. So some of these I will use straight up straight, like frankincense, the one we carry, straight. I don't even waste no time. I'll take off I'll take off this here, and I'll just use it on my finger, bam. And I use it straight there and put it on my skin if I need to when it comes to scars and whatnot. This one's a beast. I'll talk about this one by itself when I'm getting more details into this essential oils, because a lot of people don't cover these because a lot of people don't know that essential oils is 100% the force of a life of a plant, okay? And others like myself will say it's the blood of the plant, all right? So I wanted to make sure you had a full understanding of knowing that. Don't be ashamed and thinking that it's the end of the world when you come down with HSV1 or HSV2, because it's common like the common cold. It is. You can get gonorrhea, you can get craps, these STDs out here. But this one right here has been crowned to, depending on who diagnosed you, now it's in your file for life, okay? But this situation right here, I'm showing you individuals. I wanted to make sure you had a full understanding that most viruses live in your body and you can catch them quickly and they can show up. You can, make sure you where you live and what you eat, you are what you eat. So, and a lot of individuals kind of like they don't brush their teeth right away right after they eat. Who's doing that? I don't even brush my teeth right away after they eat. It's morning and at night. That's it. But it's all you really can do out here. But the food that you're eating out here, I'm telling you, you have to be up on things and making sure that you gargle every day, and you make sure you use your hygiene in your mouth every day, and you make sure whoever you're dealing with is doing the same thing every day. So if they already dealing with something like a sore below or sore inside their mouth, they can transfer that to you and whatnot. And you got to be careful of that, because now you're transferring it to you. And then all of a sudden you run down to go get checked out. And depending on what they say, now you have that in, it's locked in there, but it's not the end of the world. It's not. Just want to help you understand the bigger picture and understanding the fact of educating you on how these essential oils work from a holistic way, and how they can assist you and help you within the storm and calm the storm and prevent if you're into that. Okay? Like I said all the time, Mother Nature is your gift to healthy living. Herbalist Kareem. Peace.